Hey Emily, it's Leslie. I just went through your materials and I'm looking at your questions right now. First of all, I'm looking at that you have great questions as far as how are you going to be able to get them to make the corrections, even if maybe they're the students who are struggling with that already. And so I liked your comment about a contingency plan. I guess if you have each student who is assigned to one collaborative partner, that's great because they can share their ideas and then try and work through those corrections together. But you have that comment about someone dropping the ball. I'm wondering if maybe part of your end game plan can be can you kind of juggle kids so that maybe they end up in a different group or with a different partner, or maybe the partnership gets paired up with someone else at the end and they could compare notes. Also, something that works, your question 3 about end of project student survey. One of the things I've noticed just in teaching speech class is students sometimes are really good at telling me which student in the class is doing a good job. And so sometimes it's nice to say, who do you think is doing this and how are they doing it, or what do you notice? And maybe that will get the kids to focus on other students in the class who have been successful at correcting things. So dropping the ball happens in my classes all the time. I'm in a school district where we have a lot of students who struggle to get to school, and I found that in general I end up putting the kids in 3 instead of 2, or I will end up moving them around, rejuggling their partnerships, and sometimes I just have to step in and refocus them. I love your idea about written feedback. I think you're right. They do need the written feedback. Sometimes they walk out and all the stuff they just talked about or tried goes right out of their brains. But if they have that note from you that's specific, that is something that they can focus on. So maybe part of your process when the partners are setting their goals or deciding what they need to work on and critiquing each other is maybe their stuff, maybe they need to keep coming back to those written comments, or maybe they need to write their own as kind of a, not a checklist, but something that they can refer to all the time and use it as a checklist. Did we do this? Did we tackle it? Did it work? If it didn't, maybe they need to seek out help and try a different way of fixing it. I like how many steps you have built in. I thought it was really clear. And so I appreciated that. Otherwise, if there's anything I missed, feel free to shoot me an email and ask me a question. But I look forward to seeing what you come up with.